Cool. Okay, and then when you're down at, so now look back down my back section.
Got you on video.
And
That
if you
is
look west,
deep.
there's a
Oh my
little
god.
pump shed out from the cottage.
Friday morning, we've had beautiful weather so far this week, but we know that's not going to last. Okay, we're on our way up to the Hatea River. It was a beautiful sunny morning with clear skies. As expected, high clouds arriving, easterlies increasing. Tomorrow night is when we're supposed to start to be hit properly. So I'm on my way to shelter in the Hatea River by NORSAND. Just got the jib up and we're heading back in Onarahi direction, but we'll carry on then up the Hatea River. I am happy to get there at low tide because then I can get my anchorage just right. We are heading into the outgoing tide at the moment, so it's not very fast. So we're just beside a sandbank, so just over that white line is the channel up to Waikaraka, and just this side of the white line is the sandbank. Oh, goodbye home in Jackson's Bay until next weekend. We're making steady if unspectacular progress. We're out of the main current at the moment, which is why the waves are down a wee bit. We've moved across to the other side of the channel, so we'll be on the inside going around this coming corner. That's Waikaraka over there. I drive past there on the way to work every day. Well, the cap is my latest attempt to avoid banging my head on the top of the doorway into the cabin. So we'll see whether A, I wear it, and B, if it works. We're just past the wharf at Onarahi, looking back towards Manganese Point and Mount Manaia in behind. Here's the western side of Limestone Island. Whanarahi Yacht Club. There's a public launching ramp here. Once again we're keeping on the inside of the corner in the channel. This is Kaiwaka Point. Oh, here's a light plane coming into land. This Fuller's cat has been tied up for ages, and whatever has been constructed on this big pontoon is coming along slowly. So we have diesel here, but only for large volume sales. And in behind we can see the huge straddle lift. Here's another of the haul out maintenance areas. Here's the new marina that we saw being built when CATMANTOO was out last winter at NORSAND. The Marina Trust, which is not this, is building another marina down by the lifting bridge. It's looking pretty full now, although some might be only here temporarily with the current weather forecast. Here is the old turning basin for ships back when all this area was Whangarei's commercial shipping port before they built Northport back after we arrived up here in '93. The usual three little tugs tied up. Here's one of the big dumb barges. They occasionally in the past brought coal in from Australia, but the cement works is currently burning old tyres. One way of getting rid of them. Here's Shipco 360 where Matthew worked for a summer. Looks like they got a new barge built on. We have the big concrete place and then good old NORSAND. I just need to decide where I'm going to anchor. So bear with me while I make a decision. Well, I'm currently digging the anchor in, or rather making sure it is dug in. So we're on a reasonable amount of reverse. We'll gradually increase it. Depth sounder doesn't work when you've got water rushing over it, but we've got 2 metres under the keel here. Dropped the anchor actually in half a metre. Anchor went down about 200 feet away. With full bore in reverse, the pitch on the prop's quite large in reverse, so it's not reaching full revs, but we haven't moved. Right, anchored off NORSAND. We'll swing with the tide at the moment. There's the road I take to work. It's Kissing Point. So the Hatea River goes up round the corner to the left. I'm a long way out of the channel. We will have, if we get lots of rain, a good water flow heading from that direction, just like we had back when I was sheltering from the big easterly storm in November. NORSAND's over there, so I can take the dinghy ashore there. He's looking south. Well, it's turned into a very pleasant evening. Of course, we have lots of traffic noise from the road just on the other side of the boat. Hard to believe that there's a cyclone on its way, although the most recent track suggests it's going to pass a little bit off the east coast, but everyone's still taking it very seriously. Over here is the barge and the extended reach digger that's used for dredging the upper harbour, and here's the Kissing Point marina, its piles. There's privately owned boat sheds on shore, and the Whangarei Cruising Club, which I'm a member of but never attend the premises. This building up here is the old money factory. Back when New Zealand printed its own money, no surprise, that's where it was done, but it's done overseas now. This is Sherwood Rise, which is part of Onarahi. There's looking down to where the airport is, and Limestone Island. It's a grey Saturday morning. We had a few rain showers overnight. Oh, the wind's getting stronger. Forecast still is not that bad, but best to be sure. Right, that seat's tied in place. Cushions are off here. That lot's all tidy. That seat's gone. Squabs have been removed. Even took the opportunity of cleaning under them. Pile of stuff on there. None of that really matters. Squab's life buoys are in here. I've put a lock on the hatch for the aft diesel tank. These getting blown open when the boat was pitching, and big waves was the problem all those years ago that led to the engines to be drowned. They're now much higher than they were. There's another step and they're locked, and the cavity in here is separate to above floor level there. Barbecue's tied down. Dinghy will obviously be going to shore. I've topped up the petrol in it. All the floor mats are well in shelter. I've taken the covers off the instruments just in case the clears go, so at least we don't lose those. I don't mind admitting I'm a bit anxious, but I think we'll be absolutely fine here. So the first wind direction is going to be very strong easterlies, which is what's blowing at the moment, so it's straight across from where we are. On Monday it's supposed to go strong south, which will blow up the Hatea River, and I imagine when we have wind against current it'll be a bit rough, but gee, the anchor's out in 2 metres of water with a very large amount of chain out. The only concern I have is floating logs and things, but the storms we've had for the last 6 months have probably washed most of these things out. I do remember when we had a big flood, went through the town-based marina, it caused all sorts of havoc there because the area the water flows through is much more constrained. So I feel safer here as far as the current goes. Back on the 10th of November I was in almost exactly the same place as now, and we had an easterly gale gusting 50 knots with no great drama, heavy rain. So the only difference really at the moment is when it turns round to the south, which won't be till next week. But here's hoping. I suppose time will tell. I think it might be dishes and then think about heading home. Stuart's coming to pick me up. Hatches are shut and locked. Boat locked. Well, the rain's arrived. Easterly still, not too bad. Taking the shade sails off, drop the newest umbrella, cleaned all the drains.